Hi everybody, Jackie from The Face and I again. I'm going to attempt to do this locomotive that my husband did at a fair one time. If I do a good job, it'll get posted. If I don't, it'll get trashed. So here we go. I've taken my sponge and I've gone ahead and loaded it with black. And I'm going to do the rear wheel first. Going to push right on there and I'm going to twist. Just so that we get some good coverage. And there would be my big rear wheel. Then I'm going to take in one sponge size smaller, and I'm going to load that with the black. And I'm going to come forward about half an inch, maybe 3/4. And even with the other one on the bottom, I'm going to put a smaller wheel, and then again a smaller wheel. Okay, now this design is done primarily in black, so we're gonna just take off and run with it. Let's see, I think we're gonna start off using a small flat brush. That way we can get in the sharper lines that we need to. Give my black a spritz again. Load her up. And just above the, like say in the middle of the biggest wheel, we're going to come in with a straight line down to start building the inside of the train. And then we're going to come down here and pull another straight line. I'm going on the edge of my brush because I want it to be shaped a little different, kind of like a big teardrop. And then here we're going to come with even a shorter line, and this line should end up approximately about mid second wheel. There we go. Now I'm going to take and pull a line going backwards. We're going to start out with a square and we're going to slowly twist our brush as we come back, ending in a point. So there is the start of our locomotive. We're going to come down here now about to halfway down the wheel. And then we're going to connect them about like that. Kind of looking a little bit like a tractor. I'm going to come up. I'm going to keep my brush on this side angle and come up over the front and pull that down. Actually, I need some more paint. Pull that down. We want to make sure it ends plenty in front of the wheel. And then we're going to come down like this. I'm just basically getting the outer lines in there now. That can come just slightly below the wheel. And we're going to pull from just above that down like that. And of course, fill that in. We want to make sure our black's dry because we're going to be coming over it with a white to highlight certain areas. So we want to make sure that our black is as dry as possible. I think I need to come up a little. I should have gone a little higher, I think, with the actual area here. Here I'm going to come out and I'm going to scoop forward and bring this up a little bit more, like that. Fill that in. We're going to bring it back, square it off, and fill it in. I'm not going to be concerned right now with making different areas separate from the other, because we are going to we're going to take and do that with our white afterwards. Want that line to be a little bit lower because we do want that bump there. And we're going to bring this back. And come down with it. You really don't need to leave any openness there, I guess. I do want to here, you know, leave that space, but in the other areas I don't really think that we need to. Okay, so there's the start of our locomotive. I want to thicken this up just a little bit. Now, I want to come up a little higher here. Okay. Alrighty, so now I'm going to switch over to a smaller brush and a round brush so that I can do my line work. But in actuality, I'm sorry I'm switching around here, but I'm copying my husband's design from a picture, and I want to make sure that I'm doing things in an order where it should be. So I'm going to just take here and I'm going to rub off the excess white on the brush, and I'm going to start to pull off my square for the front portion of the locomotive. Here we want just ever so slight of a and we want to bring that back here too. And that's all going to get blended in, so it's okay to just pull it out a little bit. And we're going to pull off some white here, and we want to pull it out and shade it in. I'm just really blending it with my finger, just giving it some definition there. And we want to also make sure we put on our smokestack, which is a little on the gray side. So and I just stuck a tad of black in with the white, so that you would come out that kind of grayish color. It's actually looking a little more black than gray, but we're gonna go and put in the bars that connect the wheels there and there. You'll always see these underneath the train. Excuse me. Now I'm going to come back and just put in some highlights with some white. And excuse me, I think I'm coming down with a cold. I'm going to load this up with my white. And these lines can be a little stronger than some of the other lines. We want to make sure we put a highlight here around the wheel so that way we can see the difference, you know, it's not all blended together like that. And then we're going to take and just pull in for lightly, just indications of big spokes. Excuse me. I need to grab a sip of something. I think I got a froggy in my throat. Okay, so we do have some indications of some light spokes there, and I'm just kind of dragging my brush a little bit. Don't want them too defined. Like I said, just some indication. We want to pull a little bit of white along the bottom here. And kind of into the center there. And then same going forward onto this wheel. And we're just going to put in a small indication for these wheels as well. And whoa, guess I need to get some cough medicine here or something. Now I'm going to come down with some lines on here because, you know, on the front of a locomotive there's always those grid lines. Just like that. And now we're going to work in here. I want to put in a pretty good thick to thin, just so that we kind of have a real good highlight on there. And we want it to be kind of blended out. Does not have to be huge and standing right out there, but we do want, you know, some good color to it, but we also want it to blend. So that's why I went over it, pulled it out, and come back over it. And we're going to put a couple other highlights, you know, right up here, coming down, and right at the beginning here, a little bit of a highlight there. Maybe a little bit right here at the bottom of the smokestack. And now I'm just going to put in some smoke along the top, coming out of the stack. And I think we might just have it. So Just going to kind of lay my brush down and wiggle. Come off a little bit and up a little higher, wiggling, pull off a little bit. Just so that there's an indication that there's smoke coming out of the stack, and just kind of wiggle it around. I'm having a hard time seeing it myself, and maybe a few wispies in there for more of an indication. And I'm going to put a little bit of a highlight here on the edge as well. And we can blend those right out. But at least that's an indication of another area. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much our locomotive. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoy it. And I know it's a little hard to see here, but trying to twist my arm good. You can see the smoke coming out of the stack. And then right down in the front, all the highlights, the wheels, and I hope you enjoyed it. I know I enjoyed making it for you, and I keep adding. But anyway, there we go. There's the locomotive. I hope you enjoyed it. Please rate, comment, and subscribe, and I hope you get the opportunity to use it. There's always that unique little boy that's going to want to come up and ask, hey, I want a train in my face. And now you've got a train to put on his face. Thank you. Have a great day.